Whose fault was it? But go ahead, let me hear your explanation. I want to know why you crossed the professional line.
I know what you're going to say, but it's
No,
really...
you don't know what I'm going to say. You don't want to know what I want to say.
What?
You have
I'm
to
a
say.
cat, right?
Yes, you are.
Is that what you want to hear? I'm a womanizer, I'm a cheat?
That doesn't explain the problem.
I've never meant to hurt Karen or my wife.
I'm not interested in your apology, sir. Let's move on. Just tell me what happened. You make your confessions upstairs. Looks like you're a real live. In Louisiana, we say, show me something. You all are in Justice Jackie's court. Judgment for the plaintiff. Drugs. If I had my way, I'd put you in jail right now. Wait, hold up. And you will be casting this judgment for the people, by Justice Jackie.
Cameras up. Cajun court. Take one. Action.
Karen Lockman is suing her stepsister, Sybil Irwin, for slander and emotional distress. Karen says because of Sybil's lies, Karen was put on automatic probation, and the professor Karen is dating was put on temporary leave pending an investigation that has tarnished his reputation. Karen wants $3,000 for her pain and suffering. Sybil Irwin is countersuing for her emotional distress because while the professor was dating her, he was dating her sister too. She says the professor lied to her about being married, and Karen lied to her about knowing the professor intimately after Sybil told Karen in confidence that she had been having an affair with him. Sybil wants $5,000 for her troubles. Cajun Court TV starts right now.
Okay, Ms. Lockman. Good morning, everyone. We're here at mediation. You have a claim against your stepsister. Am I correct?
That's right.
And you're claiming that she lied to the university board about your relationship with one of the professors?
Yes.
And you said there was a malicious attempt to get you kicked out of school. And as a result of that lie, you were put on academic probation?
Yes, I was.
And the professor was put on administrative leave?
Correct.
Ms. Irvin, and you're alleging you have a countersuit against your stepsister here in the amount of $5,000, and you're saying that she and the professor was in cahoots and that they maliciously lied against you to get you kicked out of school.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want some type of revenge. And Ms. Lockman, your claim is worth $3,000. I see that you both were dating the same man. Okay. Ms. Lockman?
Yes.
I'll start with you.
I'm suing her for $3,000 for slander and emotional distress.
And tell me why.
Quentin and I were dating. She somehow found out about us, and she definitely got me suspended or on academic probation. I was seeing Quentin for a period, for one semester, but that was long after I was even in class with him anymore. But actually, Sybil seeing him while she was still in class with him. So, you know, I don't know if you know, but that in itself would cause for some kind of expulsion, correct?
Can you tell me more facts about why you think that you should get $3,000 from her?
One, she's slandered my name, for one.
Details, ma'am, details.
Well, somehow she found out about me and him, and she's trying to, I'm not sure what she's doing, but she's trying to cool me down somehow.
Okay.
These sisters are out of control. Justice Jackie will hear more when we return with this special episode of Twisted Sisters. We're back as Justice Jackie listens to more of these interesting events.
I was actually talking to Karen about a lot of things with my relationship. This is before I knew that Quentin had something going on. I would go to her and let her know things like how he were ignoring my calls and things of that nature. And so one day I decided...
You were telling...
my sister things about me and Quentin. And so one day I text him, Quentin, to see if we could have drinks or coffee.
Okay, Ms. Lockman, why do you think your sister was trying to take you down?
She has slandered my name in this community. I personally have had a great reputation at my school. And now people are wondering why I'm getting kicked out of school, and now my name is all over the place. And that in itself right there will make anybody stressed out. I am emotionally stressed. And this is why I'm here today. And I am not sure why she would be countersuing me for $5,000, which is really ridiculous.
My sister was dating a man that she allowed me to get emotionally and physically involved with when she knew she was dating him. So I just think that she, as my sister, should have told me what was going on before I started dating this man. So
now she knew what she was doing. She was in class with him when she was having a relationship with him, and yes, he is married. So don't act like you did not, like you're perfect or something.
I'm not acting like I'm perfect. Your Honor, like I said, if she would have told me that she was dating him, then none of this, we wouldn't even be here today. But the fact that we are here today because she claimed to be stressed and embarrassed or whatever have nothing to do with me.
Because I got kicked out of
But let me just
school.
ask you a question. How did you find out that your sister was dating the professor?
Oh, well, I was actually texting Quentin to meet with me so I can at least just talk to him and see what was going on, because normally when I text him, he would answer or respond or even call me. But one day I texted him to see if we can have something to eat and some drinks just to talk about the whole situation. And he told me that he was going to be busy grading papers. And I know that Quentin usually grade his papers early so that he can turn them in quickly. So that's why I knew he was lying when he tried pushing me off.
How long have you been seeing this professor?
Not that long, about maybe 2 months, not even that long.
2 months?
Yes, ma'am.
So that affair didn't last very long.
No, it didn't. It really didn't.
Would
When
you develop a loving relationship?
No,
in
that
2
would
months?
be Karen, because immediately when I saw him and her, I just knew, that
But
it was.
you knew that he was married. This professor was married.
Well, I knew, but he told me that he was leaving his wife and that they had a lot of problems, and so I believed him, and I followed him. He drove like 10 miles over to the next town, and then
Sounds like fatal attraction to me, but go on.
and then so I saw him park his car by this nice restaurant, by the way. And so I knew something was up. So I parked my car and I waited. He got out of his car. He was on his cell phone talking to someone. And then I seen this woman trolloping around the corner.
You asked me to ask your sister, now I've asked you. Now, you knew that this was a married man, and you told your sister your secret.
Yes.
And so your allegation is that she turned the tables on you, and she started.
Well, basically, she was seeing Quentin before I even started seeing Quentin. So she allowed me to pour my feelings out to her about this man that I was dating when she knew she was dating him all along. And so I'm like, that's just nasty for my sister to be dating a man and then have me going behind her dating this man.
So you learned a lesson from telling a secret.
Yes.
Yes.
And you state that the professor wasn't getting back with you? He wasn't calling you back, returning your calls?
Right. He wouldn't return my calls. He wouldn't return my text. And one day I went to campus, got in his car, and he drove like 10
Okay,
miles.
well, let's just go back. Let's just go back. You're an attractive woman, and someone doesn't call you. They may not have interest. And so what you do is you move on. So you didn't move on. You just fascinated with this particular man.
No, it wasn't that I was infatuated by him. I just did not want to jump to conclusions and think that, he didn't want to be bothered, which is why I texted him to try to have lunch or something, and he told me he was going to be busy grading midterms.
Sometimes you just have to understand that when they're not interested, you move on.
Right, and you're right, Your Honor, but again, I thought he really cared about me, even though it was 2 months. He said a lot, and so I believed him.
Oh, that you did not care about him. You did not love him.
And you did, Karen. And you did. Don't
That's
let
a good
me
question.
open up your laundry.
And you're in love with the married man as well?
Well, I did, and I understand. I've seen your show, and I know that you don't agree with non-traditional relationships.
Well, we won't get there, but you said you saw the professor going somewhere. Where did he go?
Yes.
Can you explain that to me?
I saw him drive. And this is my bad, but again, I wanted some answers because he wouldn't respond to me. So I waited until he left campus and I followed him. He drove like 10 miles over to the next town. And then,
Sounds like fatal attraction to me, but go on.
And then, so I saw him park his car by this nice restaurant, by the way. And so I knew something was up. So I parked my car and I waited. He got out of his car. He was on his cell phone talking to someone. And then I seen this woman trolloping around the corner. And I couldn't see who it was at the time because it was a little foggy. And so I wind my window down. He met up with the woman and they kissed.
Excuse me, say that again?
He kissed the woman. And so I'm looking to see who it was, and sure enough, when he backed away from her, it was her.
Your sister.
Yes.
So now that I know that she saw Quentin and I together, now she's trying to ruin my name. And now my name is ruined in my community.
Your name was ruined when you were dealing with a married man, but go ahead. Sometimes you get in a little trouble when you stalk people.
Well, my thing is, Your Honor, again, I just never in a million years would I have thought it would have been my sister, because I had just had a conversation with her about the man. And she told me that I should follow him.
And how did you feel when you saw that?
I was really hurt. I was really hurt because, again, that's my sister.
Oh my
And
gosh, Sybil, really? You know you didn't love him or even care about him, so I don't know why you're sitting up here acting like you did.
And you're saying that you loved him?
Yes, I did. I mean, it's, you know, we had a relationship. I mean, it's not like I went into his office and slid across his desk in a little mini skirt or anything. We actually had a relationship.
But he's married.
Well, you know what they say? You can't trust a married man who cheats. And for that matter, you can't trust a married woman who cheats.
I understand
And
that.
you both appear to be twisted to me. You
Well-
both dating
Well,
the same man.
Your Honor, I would have never dated him had I known my sister was dating him. That's just nasty. That's nasty.
You know, I understand what I did was wrong, and I understand what we did, but we did have a relationship. You know, I'm not here to defend myself on something that's really not everybody else's business.
Well, you're here claiming to be
Let
emotionally
me just get back to the
stressed.
issues at hand. Tell me why you brought your sister to Cajun court.
Well, for one, she's jealous of me, and she always has been. So with that, I'll say that as we've been adults, she was jealous of Quentin and I's relationship. So that's where it started.
Well,
She
how
was
did you
jealous
get
because-
about the campus with the...
Then
with
she's
the-
trying to slander. When she found out, obviously, when she found out about this, as we can see, she followed me. This is the type
No,
of
I
person
didn't
that she
follow
is.
you.
She
I followed
me.
Quentin.
She
And how
followed
was I
him.
jealous if I would
And
have...
I did not-
If I
and
didn't
I
know you
did
guys
not
were
tell
together,
you.
how was I
Ladies,
jealous?
just a minute. Now, you can't talk at the same time. You both can't talk at the same time. Trust me, you will have your opportunity, okay?
Right. So now that I know that she saw Quentin and I together, now she's trying to ruin my name. And now my name is ruined in my community.
Your name was ruined when you were dealing with a married man, but go ahead.
Well, that might be the case, but right now I do want my academic.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Tell me about
Okay.
these lies.
Okay,
Yes, I want to hear this.
she went to the board and she told the board about Quentin and I's relationship. That in itself will cause for anybody to get some kind of expulsion, correct? And then, on top of that, they are accusing him of statutory rape. And you know as well as I do, when the media gets a hold to
Well, that's
something
a
like
criminal
that,
offense. That's truly
they
a
try
criminal
to slander
offense.
anybody's name.
And so he's still at the school? How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 25.
You're 25. Well, that's not before this mediation statutory rape, but I'm sure.
That's at the time that we were having our
Now,
relationship.
were you dating any other professors?
Basically, she's telling a bunch of lies because, first of all, if she just started dating him, why are you 25 now and he got in trouble or could possibly get fired for dealing with you when you were a minor?
Whoa.
So let's get that straight. You obviously been dealing with this man for way longer than you told me, or you're telling everybody, and it took me to follow him to see that my sister is a lying, conniving, jealous.
Which sister do you think is responsible for all this drama? The pacifying plaintiff or the devious defendant? Log on to our Facebook page and let us know. Cajun Court TV is back in session.
Well, statutory rape is not before this mediation today. However, I'm sure law enforcement will be involved. If he was dating you when you were a minor, but that's not before the mediation
Well, those
today.
are the lies
but
that
it
she
is against the
told.
law for a man.
Then she told them a different age for me. Then that's what she did, and that's what they're trying to slander his name.
So
I'm
you're
telling
saying
you, I
that
did
is
not
a
go
lie.
to the board.
That is a lie.
I did not
and she
go
is
to the
lying
board,
right now.
Karen.
She went to the board and she told them after you saw
Do
us
you
because
have
that
proof?
you know
Can you prove that I went to the board? I'm telling you, I did not go to the board. It must have been somebody else, but of course you're going to say it's me because you think I'm jealous of you.
I am a member of this community, and I have been.
And so am I.
And who else would? You are so jealous of me. You would go to the extent of this to slander both of our
I
names.
just want somebody to be jealous of you, please.
Okay,
And then
just cut. Miss Lockman,
Yes,
do you have
ma'am.
any proof that your sister went to the board?
Prove it.
I don't have anything.
And there's two sisters here fighting.
I
But I
don't
know
wanna be
with
about
her,
each
you
other.
just saw
I
that
don't
she
wanna
said
be
that she
here.
saw us together. And then right after that, just coincidentally, now all of a sudden I'm getting in trouble at school, and so is Quentin.
Well,
and
it
Quentin
wasn't
is
me.
a good
It
man.
was not me.
But you know,
Somebody else
and I
probably
understand
followed
that,
him.
Miss Lockman, but you're here in mediation, and if you would go to court, you'd have to prove that your sister here went to the board and gave that information.
Exactly.
And as of this moment, you cannot prevail if you don't have any proof saying that she
But she's
went
a
before
liar.
the board.
She's a.
So come forward.
I have proof that Sybil may be responsible for all of this.
So you can explain this mess.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me hear what you have to say.
I'm really amateur to explain as far as the issue between Sybil and her sister.
But you know, before you get into that explanation, can you tell me, I would assume you are the professor, and another one at that. I'm trying to understand why you cross the professional line. You have two sisters here, and you're here to explain what?
That it really wasn't my fault that.
Okay, whose fault was it? But go ahead, let me hear your explanation. I want to know why you crossed the professional line.
I know what you're going to say, but it
No,
really.
you don't know what I'm going to say. You don't want to know what I want to say.
What?
You have
I'm
to
a
say.
cat, right?
Yes, you are.
Is that what you want to hear? I'm a womanizer, I'm a cheat.
That doesn't explain the problem.
I've never meant to hurt Karen or my wife.
I'm not interested in your apology, sir. Let's move on. Just tell me what happened. You make your confessions upstairs.
Yes, ma'am. Oh?
We don't have all day.
Well, the board was tipped off by someone who knew about the relationship. It was my wife, Josephine.
I'm not surprised. Tell me what you have against the defendant here, Ms. Irwin.
Please,
Well?
so I can get on with my life.
How'd your wife find out? Just get to the point.
Well, my wife found out through Sybil. That's how she found out. And
I know you're embarrassed, but I need you to speak up. You should be embarrassed.
Your Honor, my wife found out through Sybil. One day I was coming home from work.
And Sybil meaning Ms. Irwin here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
One day I was coming home from work. I walked into my house, and this is what I found.
This is a sister love triangle with two sisters and a married professor. Stay tuned for scenes of part 2 of Twisted Sisters.
I know because I have information that's very pertinent, that will prove that Sybil was behind this whole ordeal. I have it.
I want to see
Tell
it.
me.
Don't worry, I got something for you.
Okay.
Don't worry, babe. I got something just for you.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. Stay over
Well, come
there.
on with it.
So, when the board found out about the relationship between Karen and I was very surprised. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen to my job, to Karen, to my students. I really love my students, and I love teaching.
But that's all fine and good, Mr. Wilkes. But you still haven't explained to me why you crossed the professional line.